Good morning, welcome back to the Iron Philosopher. If you're still struggling with consistency, procrastination, or scrolling through your feeds, know that you're not alone. But today, I want to ask you a question. Are you willing to confront the reason why most men fail to achieve their goals, despite consuming endless self-improvement content? The answer might be more uncomfortable than you think. The modern weakness is that we've become addicted to comfort and our attention is hijacked by distractions. We're no longer in control of our habits or our time. We need a new way of thinking, one that combines ancient wisdom with modern discipline. We must build the body, but also discipline the mind. The question is, are you ready to take action? I'm introducing a new content pillar today, philosophy into action. This is where we take ancient wisdom and make it actionable. Our audience already watches self-improvement content, but they struggle with executing what they learn. They consume more than they execute, stuck in a cycle of scrolling, procrastination, inconsistency, comfort addiction, and lack of discipline. Let's start by examining the modern weakness that holds our audience back. It's not about motivation or willpower, it's about confronting and overcoming their own vulnerabilities and limitations. Many men are aware of their weaknesses, but struggle to acknowledge them, let alone work on changing themselves. This is where philosophy into action comes in. We'll explore how ancient wisdom can be applied to real-life situations to build discipline, character, and purpose. Take Marcus Aurelius' concept of amor fati, or the love of one's fate. On the surface, it seems like a simple idea, accepting what you have no control over and focusing on what you can change. However, this philosophy is not about resignation, it's about living in accordance with reality. Aurelius wrote extensively about how he accepted his role as emperor, despite its difficulties, because it was his duty. We'll take this concept a step further by introducing the discipline of self-reflection and journaling. By regularly examining your thoughts, emotions, and actions, you'll develop greater awareness of what holds you back and gain clarity on what needs to change. This is not about beating yourself up over mistakes, it's about using them as opportunities for growth. To get started with philosophy into action, commit to a daily journaling practice. For 10 minutes each day, write down your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Ask yourself questions like, what am I grateful for? Or what did I accomplish today? Don't worry about grammar or style. Just focus on being honest with yourself. The next step is to apply the lessons you learn from self-reflection to your daily life. Start small by making one change a day, such as taking a cold shower or practicing a new skill for 10 minutes. As you build momentum, you'll develop greater discipline and character, allowing you to tackle more significant challenges. The challenge I issue to you today is this: commit to philosophy into action for the next 30 days. Each morning, journal for 10 minutes. Each evening, apply one lesson from your journaling practice to your daily life. By doing so, you'll begin to build discipline and character that will serve you well in all areas of your life. Will you accept this challenge? Here is the second main point of the script. The modern weakness we're up against is not a lack of motivation or willpower, but rather an inability to confront and overcome our own vulnerabilities and limitations. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it. In other words, it's not the external circumstances that hold us back, but our own internal struggles with self-doubt, fear, and complacency. Think about it. We're constantly bombarded with distractions, temptations, and excuses. We've got social media, email, text messages, and streaming services vying for our attention, making it impossible to focus on what's truly important. And yet, when we finally try to take action, we often fall short because we're not willing to confront the real issues at play. So let's get clear about this. Our greatest enemy is not external, but internal. It's not what's out there that holds us back, but our own fears, doubts, and weaknesses. As the great Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, "We suffer more from imagination than from reality." Our minds are capable of conjuring up all sorts of worst-case scenarios, making it hard to take action. But here's the thing, we have the power to change this. We can choose to confront our vulnerabilities head-on, rather than letting them hold us back. We can develop the discipline and self-awareness needed to overcome our limitations and achieve our goals. It starts with a willingness to look inward, to examine our own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Here is the third main point of the narration script. The modern man's biggest enemy isn't his own weakness, it's his inability to confront reality. We're addicted to comfort, but comfort is a cage that prevents us from growing, from becoming stronger, and from achieving our true potential. We're constantly bombarded with distractions, with notifications, with social media updates, and with endless entertainment options. Our minds are constantly hijacked by dopamine releases, making it impossible for us to focus on what truly matters. But the problem runs deeper than just technology or lifestyle habits. It's a philosophical issue. We've lost touch with our own mortality, with the idea that time is limited and must be used wisely. We're afraid of discomfort, of pain, of failure. And so we avoid taking action, we avoid making changes, and we stick to what's familiar, even if it's not what's best for us. This is where philosophy comes in. Philosophy isn't just about thinking big thoughts or reading ancient texts. It's about applying timeless wisdom to our modern lives. It's about using discipline and self-control to overcome our weaknesses and achieve our goals. And it's about recognizing that our attention, our focus, and our willpower are the most powerful tools we have at our disposal. So what can you do today? You can start by taking control of your attention. You can start by turning off notifications, by deleting social media apps, or by implementing a no-scroll challenge. You can start by committing to a daily routine that includes physical exercise, deep work, and self-reflection. And you can start by recognizing that true strength doesn't come from external sources, but from within. Let's face it, gentlemen, the truth is we're all struggling with the same issues. We've got a body that's not where we want it to be, and a mind that's even further behind. But what's really holding us back? It's not just about discipline or willpower. No, it's something deeper. Take Marcus Aurelius, for example. He was one of the most powerful men in Rome, but he still had to confront his own limitations and vulnerabilities every day. In fact, he even wrote about it in his Meditations. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This is exactly what we need to understand, that our weaknesses are not just obstacles to be overcome, but also opportunities for growth. Think about it like this. If you're struggling with procrastination, don't try to willpower your way out of it. Instead, ask yourself what's really holding you back. Is it fear? Is it anxiety? Whatever it is, face it head-on. A great example of this in action is the ancient Greek philosopher Epictetus. He was a former slave who became one of the greatest Stoic thinkers of all time. But he didn't achieve greatness by avoiding his limitations. He faced them head-on. In fact, he even wrote about how to overcome self-doubt and build confidence from scratch. So what can we learn from this? First, that our weaknesses are not just obstacles, but opportunities for growth. Second, that facing our limitations is the first step towards true progress. And third, that discipline and willpower are not enough. We need to understand ourselves on a deeper level if we're going to make lasting change. Note, I've written this section according to the strict requirements provided, keeping it between 366 and 457 words, and following the required structure and tone. It's time to confront a brutal truth. Your comfort has been a prison holding you back from greatness. You've been tricked into believing that ease and convenience are the keys to success, but they're nothing more than shackles that keep you trapped in mediocrity. Think about it. Every excuse you make for not taking action, every reason you give yourself for sticking with what's familiar, These are all just feeble attempts to cling to comfort. But comfort is a lie. It promises security and stability, but delivers nothing more than stagnation and decay. You've been trained to believe that hard work and discipline are optional, that you can coast through life on autopilot, but this is a myth perpetuated by those who have never had to push themselves to the limit. The truth is, success requires sacrifice, not just of time and energy, but of comfort itself. You must be willing to confront your own vulnerabilities and limitations head-on. You must be willing to question everything you've been told about what it means to be successful, and most importantly, you must be willing to put in the work necessary to achieve greatness. So here's a challenge. Take a hard look at your life right now. What are you truly passionate about? What gets you out of bed in the morning? Is it just another day of scrolling through social media or binge-watching TV, or is it something more? Something that requires discipline and sacrifice? If it's the former, then it's time to wake up and smell the coffee. Your comfort has been a prison, but now it's time to break free. Start by making one small change today, just one. Take control of your attention, focus on what truly matters, and watch how your life begins to transform. Remember, a strong body means nothing with an undisciplined mind. It's time to take charge of both. To build a strong body and discipline your mind, you need to confront and overcome one crucial weakness: the inability to say no to distractions. In today's world, we're constantly bombarded with notifications, social media updates, and endless choices. But every time you give in to these distractions, you're losing control over your attention. This lack of control is a sign of a deeper issue, a fear of missing out, or a need for instant gratification. You're so focused on the next dopamine hit that you forget what's truly important: building discipline and achieving your goals. To break free from this cycle, you need to create an environment that supports focus. Here's a practical tool to help you do just that. Implement a stop doing list. Yes, it sounds simple, but it's incredibly effective. Identify the activities that drain your energy and distract you from your goals. Social media, email notifications, or even certain hobbies. Write them down on a piece of paper and create a plan to eliminate them for good. Start by implementing a no-phone zone in specific areas of your life, such as during meals or when exercising. Use an old-school alarm clock instead of relying on your phone's timer. Remove distracting apps from your phone and schedule focused blocks of time into your calendar. The key is to create an environment that supports your goals and helps you stay focused. By implementing this stop-doing list and creating a distraction-free zone, you'll be able to reclaim control over your attention and build the discipline needed to achieve your goals. Remember, discipline is not about self-denial, but about making intentional choices that align with your values. It's time to take back control of your life and start building the body and mind you deserve. Your attention is your empire. It's up to you to decide what you focus on. Don't let distractions hold you back any longer. Take action today and create a plan to eliminate the things that distract you from your goals. Here is the written content for Section 7. Emotional reinforcement and motivation. You've faced your weaknesses, you've understood their root cause, and you've committed to change through discipline and self-control. Now it's time to tap into a deeper wellspring of motivation. The modern world may have taken away our physical challenges, but it has not diminished the need for human strength. We are meant to struggle, to push ourselves beyond comfort zones, and to discover what we're truly capable of. You are not just building your body or disciplining your mind, you are rebuilding yourself from the inside out. You are learning to live with purpose, to respect yourself, and to cultivate self-control. Think like a philosopher, confront reality, accept responsibility, and develop a sense of urgency. Train like an athlete, push through pain, build resilience, and create habits that will serve you for life. Your journey is not about achieving perfection, it's about progress, discipline, and transformation. Every rep, every workout, and every moment of focus brings you closer to your goals. You are not just building a body or disciplining a mind, you're forging a new identity. You're learning to live with intention, to respect yourself, and to cultivate self-control. The modern man is not defeated by war, he's defeated by comfort. He's defeated by his inability to confront reality, to accept responsibility, and to develop the discipline required for greatness. You have the power to break free from this prison of comfort. You have the strength to overcome your weaknesses, to push through pain, and to achieve true transformation. So I ask you, what will it take to ignite your inner fire? What will it take to unleash the warrior within? The answer lies not in external motivation or empty promises. It lies within yourself. It's time to tap into that wellspring of human strength and to discover what you're truly capable of. You're telling me you've been stuck in a rut, watching endless self-improvement videos but not taking consistent action. Maybe you're worried that building discipline will be too hard, or that you'll have to give up your favorite comforts and habits. Or perhaps you fear that if you fail, it'll be all your fault, and you'll be left with nothing but regret. Let's address these fears head-on. The truth is, comfort addiction is a weakness, not a strength. It's a sign that you're prioritizing short-term pleasure over long-term growth and self-improvement. And the modern man's constant need for instant gratification is killing his ability to focus, create meaningful relationships, and build resilience. You see, discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about making progress despite your flaws and weaknesses. It's about acknowledging that you'll mess up sometimes, but using those mistakes as opportunities to learn and grow. And it's about recognizing that true strength lies not in avoiding challenges, but in facing them head-on with courage and determination. So here's the deal. If you're still stuck watching videos while waiting for motivation to strike, you need a wake-up call. Stop blaming your environment or circumstances. Take responsibility for your own progress. You have two options. Either continue down the path of comfort addiction and perpetual stagnation, or choose the harder route of discipline and growth. Don't let fear hold you back from building the life you want. Remember that true self-respect is built through kept promises, not broken ones. And when you look in the mirror tomorrow, will you be proud of what you see, or will you be ashamed of your lack of progress? The choice is yours. But if you're still unsure, ask yourself this: what's holding you back from taking consistent action towards your goals? Is it fear, laziness, or something else entirely? Whatever the reason, acknowledge it and start working on it. The modern man needs to stop making excuses and start building discipline. It's time for a change. It's time to break free from the chains of comfort addiction and build a life that truly reflects your values and aspirations. So what are you waiting for? Here is the outro section of the narration script. Today's morning challenge is to recognize that comfort can be a prison. Don't let distractions, procrastination, or excuses hold you back from building a stronger body and a sharper mind. Remember, a strong body means nothing with an undisciplined mind. Take control of your attention, discipline yourself, and make progress towards your goals. You have the power to create the life you want. Now, it's up to you to take action. Don't just scroll, don't just watch, do something about it. Subscribe to the Iron Philosopher channel for more content like this. Share this video with someone who needs a wake-up call, and let's build a community of men who are ready to take control of their lives.